In the world of flexibility training, the split is one of the most visually striking and universally admired movements. Whether it's in a polished dance performance, a serene yoga class, or a dynamic gymnastics routine, the split stands as a signature display of joint mobility, muscular suppleness, and disciplined training. For many, it has become a benchmark of flexibility, a movement that not only looks impressive but also conveys a sense of mastery over one's own body. From the audience's perspective, the appeal lies in the clean final image: legs fully extended in opposite directions, hips open to their maximum range, spine tall, and the face calm, perhaps even smiling. Yet, this polished picture tells only part of the story. What is unseen is the demanding process behind it: months or years of consistent training, gradual gains in range of motion, and the mental persistence to push through physical challenges. For some, that process also involves moments of intense discomfort. Among the many approaches to achieving the split, extreme stretching is perhaps the most controversial. It carries both an aura of challenge and an undercurrent of risk. This is especially true during passive stretching, a method where the student's body is pushed deeper into a position using external force, often from a coach or partner, while the student remains largely relaxed. The danger here lies in the mismatch between the coach's applied force and the student's tolerance threshold. What looks like a shortcut to flexibility can, if mishandled, quietly push the body toward injury. For those witnessing passive stretching for the first time, the scene can be tense. The coach positions the student, legs either in a side split or front split alignment, and gradually applies downward pressure, sometimes using their own body weight. At first, the student's face may remain composed, but as the stretch deepens, signs of strain emerge: clenched jaws, shallow breathing, or involuntary vocal sounds. These are not theatrical reactions, they are the body's natural defense mechanisms against rapid overextension. From a physiological perspective, this is the stretch reflex at work. When muscles, ligaments, and joint capsules are suddenly forced to lengthen, specialized nerve endings send urgent stretch alarms to the brain. In response, the muscles contract reflexively to protect themselves from tearing. Ironically, this means that in passive stretching, where the student is not actively engaging their muscles, the body may actually become more rigid instead of more pliable. Scientific studies have shown that muscles in a relaxed state have a limited safe range during passive stretching. On average, the tolerance limit for passive force is roughly 20% to 30% of a person's body weight. For instance, if someone weighs 50 kilograms, the safe external force their tissues can handle without active muscular engagement is about 10 to 15 kilograms. In practice, however, many coaches exceed this limit without realizing it. A coach weighing 60 to 70 kilograms or more, leaning heavily onto a student's legs or hips, can easily double or triple the safe threshold. This excessive force significantly raises the risk of microtears in ligament fibers, and in more severe cases, muscle strains or joint capsule injuries. Passive stretching has long been used in disciplines like dance, martial arts, and gymnastics to break through flexibility plateaus. When executed with precision and sensitivity, it can be an effective tool. But its safety hinges on two critical factors: the coach's ability to read the student's limits in real time, and the student's willingness to communicate discomfort without fear of being judged as weak or uncommitted. Without this feedback loop, it's all too easy for training to cross the line from productive to harmful. The most common injuries from overzealous passive stretching include ligament sprains or tears, often affecting the adductor muscles of the inner thigh or the ligaments around the knee. Muscle fiber ruptures, which can take weeks or months to heal and may limit future training capacity. Joint capsule injuries, which can cause long-term stiffness, instability, or chronic pain. The root issue is that passive stretching shifts control of the body away from the person being stretched. For safer practice, the student must remain an active participant. Engaging the muscles during a stretch creates protective tension, reducing the load on vulnerable ligaments. Progress should be incremental, allowing the nervous system and soft tissues to adapt without triggering defensive contractions. Pain awareness is crucial. A mild, dull tension is normal during stretching, but sharp, stabbing, or burning sensations, especially deep within a joint, are warning signs to stop immediately. One real-world case illustrates the risks vividly. At a reputable dance school, a student was undergoing a flexibility session when the coach, aiming to help her overcome a plateau, applied nearly their full body weight in a semi-squatting press on her hips. The student gritted her teeth and endured the discomfort to finish the set. The next morning, she woke with swelling and intense pain in her hamstring. A medical exam confirmed a grade 2 muscle strain, requiring at least 6 weeks of rehabilitation and temporarily halting her dance training. Unfortunately, such incidents are not rare, and they underscore a vital truth: flexibility training is not of the harder, the faster, the better pursuit. A safe approach to split training should start with a thorough warm-up, at least 10 to 15 minutes of light aerobic activity combined with dynamic joint mobility drills to increase muscle temperature and circulation. Stretching should move through progressive stages, beginning in a comfortable range and deepening only gradually. Stable breathing can help release tension, and supportive tools like yoga blocks or resistance bands can distribute pressure more evenly, reducing strain on joints and ligaments. Equally important is the mental aspect of stretching. Fear, mistrust, or anticipation of pain can cause the body to tighten reflexively, making injury more likely. Mutual trust between coach and student is essential. The coach should explain each movement before applying it, check for consent at each stage, and monitor the student's breathing, facial expressions, and verbal feedback. When done with care, patience, and communication, flexibility training transforms from a high-risk challenge into a safe, effective, and empowering practice, one that not only enhances physical performance but also deepens body awareness and self-control. The split, then, becomes more than a symbol of flexibility. It becomes a testament to resilience, respect for the body, and the skillful balance between ambition and safety.